My name is Michael Synn. I am the director of BCF Capital out of New York City. Today is January 20th. We're here early in the morning here in Los Angeles, California, to do a seminar entitled How to Do Business with Apple, HP, Microsoft, and Oracle. First, a little bit about the BCF. The BCF basically has three divisions. We have working capital, where we provide capital to minority-owned business across the United States. Number two, we also have venture capital, where we will provide equity to minority-owned businesses. And number three, we have what we call business advisory services, where we advise minority-owned businesses across the United States. We are celebrating our 24th year here, and we have financed or helped over 900 minority-owned businesses across the United States. Some of the seminars that the BCF does, if you listed, look at the sheet below, we talk about how to work a local trade show, how to work the NMSDC annual conference that we have every year. This year will be in New Orleans. We also do seminars on how to do business in China, here in Los Angeles, how to write a formal business plan, how to do joint ventures and strategic alliances. And this year we're going to do something on the social networking phenomenon and how minority businesses can use that. And that will be done sometime later this year. Specifically, this seminar that we're going to talk about today is really to talk about the four companies. And let me go through, and what we will have for you on the website will be the names and the faces and the titles of the people that you want to see. From Apple Computer, we're going to have Mr. Maurice Webb. He's the Supplier Diversity Manager in charge of corporate procurement out of Northern California. From HP, we're going to have Mr. Brian Tippins. He is Supplier Diversity Manager out of Dallas, Texas. From Microsoft, we will have Mr. Fernando Hernandez. He is the Supplier Diversity Director for Microsoft, and he's coming from, of course, Washington, the state of Washington. And last but not least, we have Mr. Lance Hyde. He is Supplier Diversity Program Manager and also in charge of global procurement for Oracle, and he's coming from Northern California. And so what we're excited about is that these companies are coming for the first time, but more importantly, we want to do something so that you can be in a good position and hopefully get a contract in a very short period of time. Let me go through a little bit about the timeline for our conference, and let me tell you specifically where the high-tech companies will be. If you took a look at the next slide, we have what we call the timeline, where we will have registration and breakfast, where we will have welcoming remarks, we have a session number 1, we have a session number 2, and then we'll have the plenary session where we will have a panel discussion where Apple, HP, Microsoft, and Oracle will be on a panel, and John Murray, Council President, will be the MC, and he will have a wonderful presentation talking to people about how to do business with these four high-tech companies. All right? In addition to after the session is over, and I know you will all want to go and talk to them, the reality is that after that session is done is when we start the trade show. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands all four high-tech companies have agreed to get a corporate booth, and so they will be manning the booth from the beginning of the trade show all the way until the very end. So you will have your time and opportunity to meet up with them. Okay? I do not believe as of right now that the four high-tech companies will be participating in the one-on-one interviews that are going to be taking place. So your opportunity to meet them and see them will be at the plenary session and at the opportunity fair. Everybody okay with that? Yes? Okay, good. When we talk about specifically doing business in the high-tech industry, okay, what I want everyone to understand is, number one, there is a due diligence process. Just as the corporations are doing due diligence on you, checking you out, you also have to do checking out on them to make sure you in fact want to or don't want to do business with them. All right? And one of the most important things, if you look at our economy today, is to be able to pick an industry group, and be able to say, yeah, this is an area I want to be, is going to be one of the most important things for your business and your future. Okay? Number two, after your due diligence is done, not before, after your due diligence is done, you will then have to make a determination at that point whether in fact you want to do business or you don't want to do business with them. And you don't make that decision until your due diligence is done first. Everybody understand that? Okay? And number three, and this to me is the most important thing, okay, is that if you decide after the due diligence and after you decide that you want to do business with them, please register on their corporate website to be a supplier before they come February 17th. It is so important. When you go to these 4 people and you say, and you do your 1-minute commercial and you tell them, by the way, I am already registered on your website, you know how much that helps you? You know how much that puts you in a much better situation? It makes all the difference in the world.